All right, now we might not like to talk about it, but the reality is that digestive disorders affect 2 out of 3 Canadians and cost an estimated $18 billion in healthcare costs and lost productivity. Sherry Torkos is a pharmacist, an author, and a mom, and she joins us today to talk about how we can get our digestive system back on track. Now, this is one of those things where I think we've all turned it into a taboo subject, but let's be frank, everybody poops.
Everybody poops, and if you're not pooping regularly and you're not eliminating what is going into your body, it can be uncomfortable, and it's a difficult conversation for children as well, because how do they know what's normal, what's not normal? But I'll tell you, childhood constipation is one of the most common reasons for doctor and pharmacy visits. It can cause headaches, it can cause irritability, it's uncomfortable. And it's a difficult conversation, I think, because when parents first have a child, they're tuned into what's in the diaper. They're always looking at how often are they going. When kids grow up a little bit bigger, toddlers are proud to show you what they've done in the potty. And then they get older and they don't want to talk about it. So I have kind of a fun and interesting way to introduce this conversation.
So if you're talking with your kids, this is definitely a tool. And as much as we kind of go, oh gosh, is this what we're going to discuss? Well, this is important for kids, especially like you said, behavioral issues. If they've got headaches, you know, you can stem some of these problems by addressing it.
Absolutely, because constipation could be not enough fiber in the diet, but it could also be an underlying problem such as celiac disease or irritable bowel syndrome. So just some, fun shapes that I made with Play-Doh. This is actually following what's called the Bristol stool chart, which gives parents an idea, and doctors as well, what's normal versus not. The dry, hard, round balls, constipation for sure. That can be very uncomfortable to pass. Large stools as well with a lot of cracks, dry. Again, this is kind of what you're aiming for, a sausage type shape with smooth edges and no pain when you're going to the bathroom.
Because if they're having to strain, then that becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Kids typically don't get hemorrhoids. However, if the problem gets out of control and they associate going to the bathroom with pain, then they're going to hold it even more and it becomes a bit of a vicious cycle.
Certainly. So, and we don't want that to stay in their system long because it does contain waste.
Absolutely. So there's some ways we have to encourage kids to get more fiber in their diet.
And a fun way too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Some fun ways. We all know fruits and vegetables have a lot of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So lots of greens and fruit is fantastic. Also fiber supplements. And what I brought today, this is called Sunfiber. It actually has a Health Canada approved claim for treating childhood constipation, as well as irritable bowel syndrome. And irritable bowel syndrome, actually Canada has the highest rate in the world. 5 million Canadians affected by irritable bowel. So this fiber...
And is it just a matter that we're all not getting enough fiber?
Huge problem. We get about half of the recommended amount of fiber because we typically are eating more fast, more processed foods. We're not eating a lot of simple carbs, and people that are also on low carb diets are often deficient in fiber. So you can see this Sunfiber. It actually is clear mixing. It is tasteless, odorless. So I'll let you actually have a taste of that.
I'll give it a try.
Because it's good to sample, because people will say to me when I'm recommending fiber in the pharmacy, patients will say, well, I don't want anything gritty, I don't want anything clumpy, or that they're going to gag on. And with kids, too, it's difficult. So you can see that's great. And
it doesn't it tastes like water.
It tastes like water. Yep, so it's perfect. So that's this IBS relief. But I also made these cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I mean, what kid doesn't like chocolate chip cookies? So they're made with almond flour, almond meal actually, which has a lot of fiber, and then I added some of the Sunfiber if you want to taste that. It's a good breakfast food actually, because these are high protein, these are high fiber, they're made with dark chocolate chips, so it's a great way to sneak more fiber into their diet. And I just used a third of a cup in that recipe, and actually on my website, if you follow the link to my Facebook page, I posted that recipe for the chocolate chip almond cookies. Berries, yogurt drinks, energy bars. I mean, certainly if, for school we can't send nuts, but there are other things that we can send that give them more fiber. These are quinoa crisps. And these have more than double the fiber of other crackers and chips. Nuts are great as well if they're allowed, and yogurt is fantastic.
So those are part of some of the items that have that good bacteria that we need, like yogurt is one of those that we hear a lot about, but these are some other ones.
Yeah, well, yogurt for sure with the probiotics, but there are foods that also increase your body's natural probiotics, and they're called prebiotics. They provide food for the probiotics. So when we're thinking about prebiotics, bananas are actually a prebiotic. Avocados give you prebiotics. asparagus as well. Asparagus is tricky with kids. They're not so keen on it sometimes because it is a stronger smelling. And the Sunfiber, which is made from guar bean, and it actually is a prebiotic fiber as well, so it helps encourage growth of the beneficial bacteria, which play an important role in regulating gut health.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sherry, for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me. And how was the cookie?
It's good. It's really good,
isn't it?
And for more information on what Sherry has been talking about today, you can head to her webpage at sherrytorkos.com.